Why does the death of Jesus back in the day,
You bet.
thousands
That's
of
a good
years
question.
ago,
All right,
have
yeah, here
anything
we go.
to do with?
If I hurt her, I am in debt to her.
Okay.
Okay? I hurt her, I ripped a piece of flesh out of her, I'm in debt to her. Forgiveness is her absorbing the debt and not getting a pound of flesh out of me. So forgiveness is absorbing the debt that someone else owes me, and I absorb the hit. On the cross, Christ paid my debt, which is, I've rebelled against God. I deserve death and hell. God judges me for that. But Christ on the cross absorbs my debt, sacrificing his life to pay the penalty that I deserve. Does that make any sense?
But like,
What makes no sense about what I just said to you?
what doesn't make sense is
Yes.
how does his death
Yes?
just make up for everything any human ever does
Okay,
for
good.
the rest of history?
Very good question. As the eternal God, who is the judge of the universe,
Okay.
he's in a position, because he's God, to lay down his life to pay the debt for all of us.
But then it's not a sacrifice, right? Because he's an
Why is it
eternal
not a
God.
sacrifice?
What did he sacrifice?
What
He's
did he
still there,
sacrifice?
right?
Yeah,
Once
he
he
did.
dies, what
He-
happens? Nothing happened. Nothing changed.
Oh, that's really trite. Really trite. The eternal God, all powerful,
Yes.
humbles himself, becomes a human being, and allows human beings to nail him to a cross. That means nothing? No, sir, that means everything. It means that the God who's the creator, who's eternal, really does love you, really does love you, and really does love you. So much so that he gave himself in order to absorb the debt you owe, so that you might have eternal life. Don't trivialize that.
I was wondering. Okay. What do you think? I mean, myself.
Okay. I don't know. Like, still, it doesn't make sense to me. 'Cause
All right, fine. Let me take one more try and then we're going to go on to the next.
I just-
You started this all off. The first part that I heard was, if my little sibling gets murdered, we're just going to forgive?
No, even if I forgave,
No, let me go now. You said it, I'm just quoting you. All right. If I murder him, police sitting over there, police saying, oh, we're going out for dinner. They are trivializing him. They're saying that when I murdered him, it's cool, no problem. The fact that God is a judge is a statement. He is significant. The fact that God says, when we sin, we deserve death, is a statement. When you trivialize someone to the point of hating him, gossiping, murdering, stealing, whatever, you deserve to be punished, Cliff, because he has innate value that God has given him.
exactly.
Okay, so the reason that God judges and the reason that there will be a penalty for death, for sin, which is hell, is because God values him, and anybody who hurts him or her or you, God holds responsible because you have a free will and you will be punished.
I agree.
Now, what you've got is then the question of how does God forgive? Because God is not just the judge, he's also loving and merciful. And the way God forgives is not by saying, boys will be boys, it's okay, Cliff hated him and that's cool. He was influenced by his parents' potty training, so we'll just reject it, ignore it. No, God holds me responsible for hating him. The way he forgives is not by saying, forget it, it's cool, it's okay. No, he absorbs the debt that I owe for hating him by sending his son Christ to bleed and die on a cross to forgive me and to give me eternal life. So he's a judge who's just, but he's also merciful and forgiving. So at the cross, you've got the justice of God and the love of God coming together. Does that make sense?